Hey, what's up, guys? So in this video that I want to introduce an idea called solvable groups. Okay, so this is somehow like much more difficult. I should say a much more sophisticated one. So you can skip this if you're not interested. Okay, so definition. G is solvable if G has an abelian tower and abelian tower ending in E. So previous we just showed that any abelian tower can be refined as a Sigley tower, right? But so one equivalent definition is that G is solvable if G has a Sigley tower ending in identity. So basically, if you have this kind of thing, and Gi minus G divided by G quotient Gi plus 1 is abelian, then we call G is solvable. Okay, and the non-trivial fact that I want to prove in this video is the following. So this is a theorem, which says that if G is solvable, if and only if G quotient n and n is normal subgroup G are both solvable. So that means that if G is solvable, then any normal subgroup or its quotient group are both solvable. It's highly non-trivial to see from this tower picture. So proof. So these directions is much more easier. This direction is much more easier. We suppose G quotient and subgroup G are solvable. Then they say this is G. And you can construct a map, right? The quotient map G quotient n. And here, okay, and this this map part, this projective map will give you the trivial group. So now, since G quotient n are solvable, so there exists the abelian tower here. Okay, so now it's pulled back, will give you the abelian tower here. So notice that since n is also solvable, right? So n has also an abelian tower ending in identity. Okay, so if you combine these two, then this shows that G is solvable. Okay, so for this one, for these directions, somehow like very trivial. The most difficult part is these directions. Okay, so this one. Okay, so this one contains the two parts. The first part is n is solvable. The last part, another part is G quotient n is solvable. So let's consider the first one, this one. Okay, so now we want to show this is solvable, right? So let's say we have the following tower, G2 up to maybe Gm goes to identity. Now let's do the intersection. So G intersection n, G0 intersection n, G1 intersection n, G2 intersection n. Okay, so my claim is the following. I claim that Gi intersection n quotient Gi plus 1 intersection n is abelian. Using Gi divided by Gi plus 1 is abelian. Okay, this is not obviously true, right? Because, I mean, it's obviously that Gi plus 1 intersection n is a normal subgroup of Gi plus 1 intersection n, but it's non-trivial to see that this guy is abelian. Okay, so to do this, we definitely need to use some isomorphism theorem. Okay, so this is very tricky. Okay, so we need to use second isomorphism theorem. So we call this is the results, right? This is the second isomorphism theorem. If you have H, subgroup H and K, and you satisfy this property, then H intersection with H intersection K, H quotient H intersection K is isomorphic to HK quotient K. Okay, so to use this one, to compare with this one, then I mean, so now you need to guess, right? You need to guess. You need to guess what's the good K and what's the good H. Okay, so how about I do this? I pick H to be, let's say, GI intersection N. Good. So this is like one. This is so somehow like once you write in terms of this, then you need to guess. You basically you need to guess. You need to guess which one is good. Which one is good? And so you need to guess which one is good. So let me try. Let's say I pick K to be GI plus 1. Okay, so let's do this. So this is GI intersection N, quotient GI intersection N, intersection with GI plus 1. So notice that GI plus 1 is a subset of GI, right? So this is intersection is basically GI plus 1. Okay, so this guy will isomorphic to GI intersection N times GI plus 1 quotient GI plus 1. Right, this is HK quotient K. Okay, but notice that GI intersection N and GI plus 1, because you can see this guy is indeed I should say this whole thing is indeed falls into GI. Why? Because this GI plus 1 is subset of GI, right? And a subgroup of GI, and the GI intersection N is also subgroup of GI. So this guy is definitely the subgroup of GI divided by GI plus 1. Because now this guy is a subgroup of GI. Right? So basically here you need to somehow like use lattice isomorphism theorem. So this is subgroup, right? So this whole group is a subgroup of GI divided quotient GI plus 1. So these guys are abelian. Hence, this shows that GI intersection N, GI plus 1, quotient GI plus 1 is abelian. And we already know that this is isomorphic to GI intersection N, quotient GI plus 1 intersection N. So this finishes the proof. Okay, so you can see, oh, this is somehow really tricky. Really tricky to prove. Okay, so the second part is G quotient N is solvable. So we have G0, G1, G2, keep doing. Let's say I consider G0 quotient times N divided by N, and the G1 quotient N divided by N, and G2 N divided by N, keep going. Okay, guys, this is the group. So this is identity. This is also identity. Okay, so this is G0 quotient N. Actually, G quotient N. Okay, so this is the tower that I create. So now I want to say that this quotient. So GIN quotient N, quotient GI plus 1 N, quotient N, So by the third isomorphism theorem, this is the same as GIN quotient GI plus 1n is Abelian. Okay, really tricky. Okay, so who knows? Who knows? Okay, so again, we want to use the second isomorphism theorem. Okay, so now here we use this as we previously used. Okay, so you need to guess. You need to guess what's K, what's K and H here. So let me just write down my guess. So I think K. Again, I pick K. Okay, so let me pick H first. Right, so I pick, let's say I pick H to be GI. I pick H to be GI. Okay, and K to be GI plus 1n. Okay, this is my guess. Okay, so let me try. Okay, so now let's say the left hand side is GI plus 1n, quotient GI plus 1n. So since GI plus 1 sit inside GI, right? So this is actually GIN. It's exactly this one. It's isomorphic to GI quotient GI intersection GIN. GI plus 1n. Okay, so now we consider this one. So it's a GI quotient GI intersection with GI plus 1n. Okay, so here comes the magic. So we divide everything by GI plus 1. Okay, so first you notice that GI plus 1 is a normal subgroup of GI. Also, GI plus 1 is normal subgroup of GI. Also, GI plus 1 is a normal subgroup of GI plus 1n. So I think this one you need to use a second isomorphism theorem. So yeah, so GI, because n is normal subgroup of G, right? So GI plus so using second isomorphism theorem, GI plus 1 is a normal subgroup of GI plus 1n. So this shows that these groups, this group is actually the subgroup of the quotient group. I should say the quotient group of GI quotient GI plus 1. Because it's GI quotient GI plus 1, quotient something, right? So it's a quotient subgroup of this. And these guys are Abelian. Okay, so any quotient subgroup is Abelian. Any quotient subgroup, any quotient group of Abelian group is Abelian. Okay, so any quotient group of Abelian is Abelian. This is by definition, by the quotient subgroup definition. Okay, so let's finish the proof. Okay, so you can see that this is somehow very terrible to prove. To prove that if G quotient n is if G is solvable, proving G quotient n and n is solvable are both like terrible tasks.